There's a video that has been trending on the social media. I'd like us to watch that video and listen to it very closely. When we come back, we will talk to you briefly in that regard, and we will definitely give you a special announcement and conclude our program for tonight. Stay tuned.
Someone's knee is on the neck of Southwesterners, and this is the moment we should get out of what it is. We have been called to keep quiet and not to tell the truth. This, the man who surrendered in Tian was number 2 to General Tenkubu. In his revelation, he says that they received orders from abroad to execute the delegates. Who gave that order from abroad? Let the name be made public so that all the facets of the state, the government, civil society, the press, activists, advocacy should be launched so that the world should release who gave that devilish order. This is not normal. How many times will Southwesterners cry? Their farmlands have all been taken. Their bushes, in fact, their villages have been invaded and taken, and the natives driven away. We want to talk, they call it hate speech. What do you call hate speech? If you want to talk about hate speech, look at the causes of the hate speech. And this is what is happening. This is what is happening. We abhor and deplore hate speech. The people of Southwest are hospitable people who are very accommodating, who know to share what they have with others. If they are telling and crying out their pain, no one should call it hate speech. This is too much. We can't bear it any longer.
You see, my worry there, Barrister Fru, Barrister Team, is not it's not even about the crime he's trying to levy on those he's insinuating would have committed crimes against what he calls the Southwesterners. Is the fact that they all rely on one strategy. We saw Nkia, that's Bishop Nkia a few days ago, doing the exact same thing. And today we're seeing Mbela Muki playing the exact same card of dividing to conquer. And the ignorant or the vulnerable crowd could be victim of this manipulation to create mayhem against their own people. Barrister Fru, please.
Yes, but before I answer, before I talk on that, I want to correct your reading of the tweet. It's congressional staffers GOP, that's the Republicans, and congressional staffers of the Democrats. Yes, that is the reading that you were calling White House. It's not the White House.
Amazing.
That's what I wanted to correct. Now listen, Mbolamoki is playing the same role that Bishop Kia is playing. Mbelamoki has forgotten that they are mass graves in Boya, in the sandpit, where 6 Bakwere young youth were gunned down by the Republic of Cameroon. Mbelamoki knows that there are mass graves in Matu, in Fako, shot and killed and buried by La Republic of Cameroon. There are mass graves all over Boya, behind the prisons that Ambazonians were shot and buried by La Republic of Cameroon. Mbelamoki did not cry. Now, what is he talking about? Let me take the mass graves that they claim they found in Dian, and they are the delegates. Within 24 hours, they exhumed the bodies. There was no forensic examination to show who is who in that mass grave. They organized a propaganda burial in Limbe, very far away from where the bodies were exhumed. Who are they trying to deceive? Mbela Muki is an enabler, and he is talking so that the masters that feed him to see that he is working. He is giving us the playbook of divide and rule of La République du Cameroon, just like Bishop Kia. Who are those who have invaded their villages and their towns? They are not Amazonians. They are Betty people in the whole of Victoria. The hotels you see in Victoria, Fini Hotel, all these are owned by Betty people. All of Sonora, all that area, buildings and all the land were taken by Okala Bilai. Okala Bilai has a lot of land in Victoria. He has a hotel. He has everything. He has taken over the lands of the Bakure people in Victoria. They are not looking at that. To whom is he addressing? If he says that others have come from abroad, let him prove it. Because the second in command that he's talking about, who is he? They connived and killed General Tenkobo with the help of La République du Cameroon. Who are those people that are there saying that they had orders from abroad? From which abroad? Let me prove it. We are at war and we are fighting a guerrilla warfare. We don't have a military camp. We don't have where to put prisoners like they have. 2,000, more than 2,800 of our people in their prisons. How many of them, of their people, are in our prisons? If you come to fight us, we will fight you. We will waylay you anywhere you are and get hold of you. These are our fighters everywhere in Amazonia are guerrillas. We don't have a conventional force. And when you fall in the hands of the guerrillas, you are done. Look, Mbela Muki can cry for as long as he wants. He has never Ambazonians were killed and buried in mass graves. What is he talking about? It's in the same line with Bishop Kia. And unfortunately for Ambazonians, they are all from the southern zone. What message are they trying to send to Ambazonians? If they think that they can still use divide and rule emotionally like Mbela Moki is doing now, let them think again, because the days of divide and rule are over.
The days of that manipulation are over. Indeed.
They are over. Because the Southern Cameroons was one. The Southern Cameroon state won until the 20th of May 1972. That they split us into two.
Yeah.
And called one side Northwest, another side Southwest. We don't know Northwest. We don't know anything about Southwest. We know that the Southern Cameroon was a country. It was a British category. And Mbolamuki can cry as much as he wants. But the question I want to ask him is, when Amazonia will be free and will have our sovereignty and our country, where will Mbolamuki go?
Where will he
go? He will go to Boya.
Thank you very much.
He will go to Yaoundé.
Yeah, where will he go? They divided us in 1972 that on the birthday of Aijo's wife, and called us Northwesterners and Southwesterners. And then they told us that we are divided. Unfortunately, some believe, like Mbela Muki is shockingly believing the rhetoric, or perhaps he's playing the dirty politics of working for his master in Yaoundé. Barrister Tim, please react.
I think I look at it a little bit differently. Whenever you see agents of the Republic acting, reflect a bit and look behind. All what is Bella Boki is saying, and Reverend Archbishop Andrew and the host within the week, they are a total distraction. calculated distraction to divert from something else. And let us go back to what happened. On what occasion Belamoki talking? He was talking purportedly on the funeral of this man who were killed. And where were they killed? They were killed in Dian. And they are being buried in Fako. What is the connection between Fako and Dian, where they are bringing these bones to bury there, claiming to be the 6 delegates? The 6 delegates died in 2021, 2 years ago. We never as much as had a statement from the Yaoundé government. Nothing. Not even Tongfak. They said nothing. They did not as much as even send 5 soldiers, called them B, to go on to the bushes and look for these guys. They just kept quiet. If one of those 6 guys had been a Betty boy, a Bulu guy, they would have been coming to the bushes. But they never did it. Even upon purportedly finding their bones, or whatever they call them, the only official information we have is from the so-called duo, who has no forensic facilities to say anything. They come and mount burial in Limbe, purportedly for this occasion, for these people. And then Mbelamoki is brought there to say something that is pre-planned. The information is within Mbelamoki to get. The so-called Amba who surrendered. He is with them, he's in their custody. He is the one who told them, we receive orders from abroad. He should be the one, he should be the same one to tell Mbelamoki and whoever that call came from Barisatim. It came from Barisatim. They cannot get this information. And Mbelamoki is standing there, well, they must tell us. Who else will tell you other than that guy? And of course, who is this guy? This boy is from Dian. The 10 kobo that were heard from Mbelamoki's mouth is from Dian. What's that got to do with the Northwest or Southwest? Give it their legitimacy. What's that got to do? These are Dian people who have not heard Mbelamoki say, okay, go and capture their families because they took money, whatever. Go and do this, go and do that. They have not done that. And then last but not the least, who is Mbelamoki? Mbelamoki is a senator for the Southwest in general.
Appointed.
In the Southwest and in Fako in particular. Abasanso said, as an act, he's even the case, whatever they call it in the Senate, he's a big man there. All these events, when children were killed in Buya, right before his own eyes, nobody heard anything from Mbelamoki. When a corner was really eliminated, wiped out from the map of the world, Mbelamoki was sitting there. When Mautu went through whatever thing, Mbelamoki never made a statement. But who is Mbelamoki? Does he know Ikona? Does he know Mabutu? He knows this. He has trekked through this. Mbelamoki went to Fes in Moyoka. That's where he's schooled. So there's nothing new to him about those places. So these are only diversions from certain categories. And let me learn with this. What the episode of Mbelamoki is a staged occasion, and they have staged a second one again to cover up something which we should open our eyes in expectation. After the so-called funeral for the delegates, the very week, few days after, purport to organize a meeting in Buya by the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister who could not show up for the burial of their executives in Dian, but he was able to show up in Buya. For what? According to them, to discuss the implementation of the resolution of the Grand National Dialogue. That's the official statement we heard. But what did they discuss there? They discussed putting military in the CDC camps. Was that part of the Grand National Dialogue agreements? No. So how do these stations tarry? These guys are talking. They are just staged to divert attention. Who believes on earth? Those suggestions of the whatever thing they arrive and they are all staged. If you know the CDC, how many camps are in Fako itself? Then you organize military camps around CDC camps. You can do it. But it's because they don't even understand what is CDC. They don't understand how they work. In the camp, if you are going to tap rubber, the next day you go to tap your 500 plants of rubber alone. So when this rubber tapper will leave, you want to tap his rubber, the camp will follow him to the bush to supervise him. Can they do that? No. Will they do that? Never. And by and large, if there are 10,000 CDC workers, 8,000 of those 10,000 come from the Northwest, what they call the Northwest. It is so bad. What will be come to protect them? If you're not just kidding. So what sense does it make? Mbelamuki, as a senator from Southwest, from Fako, their law says, upon going to the Senate or upon going to the Parliament, you become a national legislator. You don't owe allegiance to your division anymore. How many times has Mr. Mbelamuki sought to bring up this 7-year-old war? That's eliminated people in Fako in his front yard. As a legislator, first of the area affected, second, a national legislator. 0 times. Mbelamuki lives in Bukwango. Monja Woja lives next to him. He's arresting pregnant women, killing people. We have never heard a word from Mbelamuki. So Mbelamuki is the stage guy. Again, they are doing something. Something is coming. So I think you know, I don't know where we're going. In the 2001, 2002, there was something in what they call the Bapenda 9. When they killed those 9 boys in Bapenda.
Yes, I was in Douala.
And then the stage barrier, which is what they're going to do now. They said we took them and they disappeared. But what did they do next? The most important thing is that they put envelope for 1 million and said, Madam, that woman died in Douala there. I say, okay, go and give them this condolence parcels for the death of the 9 children. That's what they are staging. They are going to put money in envelopes, sent to the families of the so-called dead delegates in the name of repairing the loss that they caused. So something is hidden somewhere. Let us watch carefully. As I said last week, what Andrew said, he said in 2019. What is he coming up now? What Mbelamuki is saying, the delegate died in 2021. What is he coming up right now?
The interesting part of it.
What the Prime Minister came to discuss in Boya happened in 2000. What is happening now? What is happening now?
Part is what those are rhetorical
so
questions.
Let me just land there. You see, what they said, what the general manager of the CDC said, is what's important. It's what we should take home. The CDC is dead. He's down to his knee, they have no money. I say, well, if you can put these people, if they will make them work, that will be better. See, the message behind is the CDC is dead.
Yeah.
The message behind the thing is that economically, Cameroon is on its knees. They are not able to sustain this war. That's the hidden message behind it. They can say any other thing to pretend, but it is staged. It is something, a distraction from the rare thing behind the speeches. Thank you.
I'm very excited with the answer that you have given to those rhetorical questions, and I think one very important answer there is the fact that the The cabal in Yaoundé and their proxies within the southern Cameroons have lost creativity as they stay the hegemony, the Franco-Bulu Beti hegemony in Ambazonia. Thank you, gentlemen, for opting to join us this Saturday. You should have been doing something else with your families, but as always, you're passionate to help our people and to educate them. You're passionate at this time when the world is looking on this new or the 55th nation of Africa to chart the course and set an example for growing nations or for developing nations. At a time when media rhetoric is very derailing, we come to spew one and only one thing, the truth. Thank you for opting to be a part of this program. I look forward to having you in the course of next week as we bring the story of Dr. Tita Taakwi on the table. It's high time our intelligence has given to us sufficient information and we know exactly where that is coming. Thank you very much.